Welcome to today's functional fitness circuit class. We'll need our chairs and we're going to use weights. So if you have a light set of weights, please grab them before we get started. Also have your water and feel free to do any of the exercises that you can seated or without weights. So let's get started. We're going to start in our chairs. We're going to do seated sun salutations to get ourselves warmed up this morning. So let's find a comfortable seated position. Feet on the floor, hips on the chair, good posture, shoulders over hips. Just take a breath or two as we center. Let's bring our hands together in front of our heart. Inhale, both arms sweep overhead. Exhale, gently bring our hands down through center. This time as we inhale, feel free to lift the chin. And as we exhale, let the chin tuck down as our hands come down to our heart. One more flow, inhale. And exhale. Now that we're centered, let's begin our sun salutations. Inhale. As we exhale, we're going to hinge forward, arms in cactus. Take an inhale here. Exhale, hands come to our thighs. We're going to hinge forward, maybe slide our hands down. Inhale, half lift. Lift the heart, nice long spine. Exhale, back to forward fold. Inhale, right arm's going to sweep to the side. Exhale, release it down. Inhale, left arm. Exhale it down. Inhale both arms. As we exhale, we're going to bring our hands right down through center. And we're going to do a sit to stand, either a glute squeeze or we're going to stand, or we're going to sit back down, hands to heart. Let's do our second round. Inhale, both arms sweeping overhead. Exhale, cactus hinge. Take an inhale here. Exhale, hinge from the hips. Nice long spine, forward fold. Inhale, we're going to half lift. Roll the shoulders down and back. Exhale, back to forward fold. Inhale, right arm. Take a big sweep. You can keep your gaze at the floor or gently turn your head, warming up our neck. As we inhale, both arms reaching overhead. Exhale, arms come straight down. We're going to reach our right leg straight forward. Inhale. Exhale, left leg straight forward. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. Let's do another sit to stand. Feel free to stay seated if we need to, and back down, hands to heart. Round 3. Inhale. Exhale, cactus with a hinge. Take an inhale here, nice long spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, right arm sweeps. Just a little gentle twist here. And then left arm. Exhale, down. Inhale, both arms sweep overhead. As we exhale, arms come straight down through the front. Reach that right leg forward. Inhale. Same with the left leg. We're going to add on another flow. We're going to sweep our arms down, lift that right knee, maybe hug it in. Inhale. Exhale, let's do the other side. Inhale. Exhale, hands come down through our hearts. Time to do another sit to stand, standing up, sitting down, hands to hearts. Let's do our last round of sun salutations. Modify if you need to, sit it out if you need to. Here we go. Inhale. Both arms reaching overhead. Exhale, cactus with a hinge. Inhale here. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, back to our forward fold. Right arm makes a sweep. Exhale it back down. Left arm makes a sweep. Exhale it down. Inhale, both arms extend overhead. Nice reach here. Exhale, arms down. Right leg reaches forward, actively reaching through the heel. Let's do the left leg, same thing. Inhale. Take a big sweep, lift that right knee, maybe hug. So it can be a single leg march or hugging knee to chest. Let's do the left leg, same thing. Inhale, we're going to add a twist. Bring your arms to cactus and twist to the right. Inhale, back to center, twist to the left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, hands come together. One last stand and one last sit. And take a breath. Hopefully we're warmed up. We're going to, again, feel free to do any of the exercises that you're able to, doing seated if you prefer. For the circuits, we're going to be doing 4 exercises, 2 rounds, 45 seconds of moving, 15 seconds of break in between. And I'm going to show you the first 4 exercises that we're going to do. So let's stay close to our chairs. We are going to be using our weights for some of them, so have your weights handy, or remember we can do them without weights if we choose. So the first 4 exercises we're going to do jumping jacks. So we've got lots of variations here. You can go from just legs, you can keep one hand on the chair, or we can do a full jumping jack even with a little impact if you'd like. So that's the first one. The next one we're going to need our weights. So we might want to, for standing, we might want to keep our weights on our chair so they're a little bit easier. What we're going to do, our right arm is going to do a lateral raise, and our left arm is going to do a front raise. So we're going to be doing that for the first 45 seconds, and then the second round we'll switch the exercises. Next one we're going to do is a one-legged heel lift. So we're going to wrap and just lift and lower the heel, getting those calves nice and strong. And the last one we're going to do is a twisting chair. So we can do this one seated if you feel more comfortable. If not, we're going to bring our arms out and we're going to move into a squat, twisting to the right, back to center, twisting to the left. We'll be doing that for 45 seconds for both of the rounds. So if we are ready, we are going to get started. And we're going to start with jumping jacks in 10 seconds. As soon as I get my timer started. So here we go in 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go, 45 seconds. Start off nice and slow. We're still kind of in a warming up phase. If you need some stability, keep the chair in front of you. If you want to add on, feel free. You can do a full jumping jack, adding that little bit of impact, great for our bones. Not always so good for our joints, so let's adjust accordingly. And we've got about 10 seconds left of our first exercise, so go at your pace. You can do this one seated and just do tap outs with the arms or just the arms. And here we go, roll the shoulders. We got 15 seconds. Let's grab our weights if you choose to use weights. Lighter weights are good because we're doing multiple repetitions. Right arm is going to lateral raise. Left arm is going to front raise. Good posture. Take a breath. Here we go. So we're just going to lift and lower. We're going to do this for 45 seconds. Full movements. Keep your core engaged. Don't lift your arms higher than your shoulders, but you can lift lower. Keep breathing. Working our arms, our back, our shoulders. Good posture here. Keep moving, keep breathing. And we're done. We can put our weights on the chair for now, unless you'd like to use one for the heel lifts. We're going to stand on our right leg so we can put the weight in our right hand if we'd like to add a weight. The left leg's going to wrap around, and we're just going to lift and lower our heels starting now. So remember, 45 seconds. Lift and lower. That weight can be at our waist, resting by our side. We can even hold it onto our shoulder if that is a more comfortable spot for you. I like it resting alongside my body. But adjust to how you're feeling. And remember, you don't need to use a weight. You can even be seated and just doing a single heel lift as well. So again, adjust to how you're feeling today. Keep moving. We got 10 seconds. Almost done with this exercise. We still got a few more. Good, and shake that out. So the last, number 4, is our twisting chair. So we always twist to the right. Feet are hip distance apart. Knees stay behind the toes. And here we go. So we're going to squat and twist, extend. So stand up and then twist. We can have our hands resting on our thighs if that feels better, or we can have our hands in prayer. Arms can come all the way up as well. Remember, we're doing this for 45 seconds. Almost done. Good. Shake that out. We've got 15 seconds to go back to our jumping jacks. So whenever you're ready, again, whichever jumping jacks works for you in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So I am using a timer. So we've got 45 seconds timed. I've got the 15 seconds timed. But feel free to stop earlier, take a little bit longer break if you'd like to. Remember, we can make it a little more intense. We can make it less intense. Again, adjust to how you're feeling, but just keep moving. This is our cardio segment, getting that heart rate up. Almost done. Couple more seconds to go. And we are done. Roll the shoulders. Let's grab our weights if we're using them. We're back to left leg is lateral. Right arm is front raised. Good posture. Shoulders over hips. Core engaged. Take a nice breath. And here we go. So we're doing the same movement, just opposite arms. Remember, don't go higher than your shoulders. Straight forward, straight to the side. And again, take a break if you need to. Put the weights down. Do it with just our body weight. Almost done. A few more. And we are done. We're going to do our heel lifts. The left leg is going to be our standing leg. So feel free to keep the weight in your left hand if you'd like. Left foot stays on the floor, right leg wraps behind. We're going to use the chair for stability. Here we go, lift and lower. 45 seconds. Get that heel as high as you can, then gently bring it down. Muscles are working just as hard, as not harder, to bring our body weight, bring that heel back down safely to the ground. You got about 10 seconds. Keep going. Take a break if you need to. Put the weight down if you're using a weight. If that calf is starting to burn just a little too much, and we are done. Shake that out. We've got our chest twisting chair. So we can do this one with a weight if you'd like to. Weight would be straight in front here. We want to keep it closer to the body a little bit if we decide to use a weight. So, and here we go. So we're going to twist. Keep it close. Kind of bring it to your hip as we twist. Make sure the hips are sliding back. Make sure the knees stay behind the toes. And you don't have to do a deep squat. You just be a little bend in the knee, but we're adding that twist, working our core. And to get a little more stability needed if we've got that weight. Keep breathing, keep moving. We're doing good. After this, we get a water break and we switch to some different exercises for the next round. And we are done. So let's put our weights down, walk around a little bit, grab some water. And while we're taking a rest, I'll show you the next 4 exercises that we're going to be doing this round. So the first one, you've got a couple of variations. We can do just a squat. We can do just a march. Or we can combine the two. This is the most challenging. We're going to do a squat, march, march. Squat, march, march. So you decide which one of those variations you'd like to do. Again, you can do the seated one if you want to do the march. The second one is we're going to do a one arm bicep curl. So right arm we're going to start with, palm forward. We're just going to do a bicep curl for 45 seconds. Again, you can do it with no weights. You can do it with one weight for more of a challenge, and you can place them in your hand. You maybe want to try it with 2 weights. So that's the next one. The next one we're going to do is side kicks. So for our side kick, use the chair in front of you if you need to. We're going to start by kicking our right leg. So we're going to step our left leg out, kick with the right, and come back in. So it's step out, kick, down, and in. Out, kick. So we're going to do that one the first round. The left leg goes the second round. The last one we're going to do is a crunch. So again, we can do this one seated for stability, but we're going to keep the weight at our chest if we choose to use the weight. And all we're going to do is we're going to lift one knee, pull the belly in, keeping that weight at the chest, just to add a little bit of challenge to our upper body, and then we'll do the left leg lift the second time. So those are the 4 exercises. Decide which version of squat you would like to do. Remember, you can do a squat, a march, or a squat with a march. And we're going to start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So remember, we can do just squats. Make sure those knees stay behind the toes, hips move back. We can just do a march. Maybe you swing those arms, or we can do a squat, march, march. So whichever version you've chosen, just keep moving. Remember, you can do the march seated. You can do a squat in front of the chair if you feel more stable, or you can hold on to the back of the chair as you do your squats. And we are done. Shake that out. 1 weight, no weights, 1 weight, 2 weights. Right hand. All we're going to do is a 1 arm bicep curl. So good posture, or you can sit for this one. And 1, here we go. So we're just curling. 45 seconds. Full movements. I'm starting here with 2 weights, but I think I might have to put 1 down. It's being a little bit too ambitious, but we'll see how it goes. Just keep breathing. When we work just one side of our body at a time, we can kind of feel those imbalances. And we can really focus on strengthening that weaker side. So the weaker side can't depend on the stronger side. Whew, and we are done. I made it. All right. We're going to do side kicks. So remember, stay behind the chair if you need to. We're going to step out left. Right leg is going to kick. So are we ready? Staying back in the chair for stability. We're going to step out, kick, and step in. So we're bringing our weight to our left leg, kicking out with that right heel. Hands on the chair, hands on our hips, or maybe arms can reach out as we kick. Again, you decide. And remember, the chair is there for stability. So feel free to use the chair as needed. So we can get a really good kick in, working that hip, the hips, the legs, the core, working on our balance too, because we're on 1 leg. Remember, you can always tap out for stability if you need to. Let's shake that out. We've got our crunch. So your choice to either use a weight or just keep your hands together in front of your heart. Weight stays close. Right knee is going to come in, shoulders down away from the ears. Take a nice breath. On the exhale, we lift and lower. So same leg, just the right leg the whole time. Remember, we're working 1 side of our body. Keep the top of the shoulders relaxed. Pull that belly in every time we lift that knee, making that little crunch. And remember, you don't have to have the weight. You can even cross your arms, have your hands on your hips, have your hand or hands on the chair, or do this one seated. So find the variation that works for you. where you feel like you're doing the exercise, you're getting the benefits of the exercise, but keeping yourself safe. And we are done. Shake that out. We are back to our squat or march or our squat march. So again, decide which variation you'd like to do. Take a nice breath. And here we go. Squat. Remember, we can just do a squat. We can just do a march. Or we can combine them. A little more work. A little more coordination. And remember, go at your pace. Doesn't have to be a deep squat if you're doing squats. Doesn't have to be a big knee lift if you're marching or if you're doing the combination. As long as you're moving and breathing, we are good. And we are done with that one. Shake that out. We've got bicep curls, left arm only. No weights, one weight, both weights. Good posture, whether we're seated or standing. Palm faces forward. Upper arm stays close to the body. And here we go. Remember, one-sided, building strength. Keep breathing. Remember, going at your pace, using the weight of your choice. Strengthening that left arm, that left side of our body. And we have to use our core a little bit more to stay stable through the center when we're working one side like this. And we are done. All right, we've got side kicks, other side. So remember, we're going to step out with the right, kick left, kick with the heel so the foot slightly flexed. Use the chair for stability. Take a nice centering breath. And here we go. Step, kick, down and in. Out, kick, out, kick, out, kick. Good. Remember, you can reach out, add a little bit more stability here. Kick with that heel. Remember, you decide how high you want to kick. Could be a little tap. Still got weight on one leg. Almost done. Keep kicking. And we're done with that. Shake that out. One last one. With or without the weights, we have our crunch on the other side. So holding the weight at chest height, relaxing the top of the shoulders. Left knee is going to come in. Right leg stays stable, or we sit on the chair. And here we go. We get another little break when we're done with this. Exhale when we lift that knee and crunch in. Steady, smooth moves. If you need the help of the chair, put the weight down gently. Hold on to the chair with one hand and keep crunching. So we're not lowering that weight. We're trying to get our knee up to our weight. And we're just adding that little hinge forward, adding that crunch. And we are done. Shake that out. We've got our second round done. Walk around a little bit. Get that heart rate down. Let's grab some water. Let's hydrate our muscles, our joints. And we've got one more round to go. So this first, our cardio, is going to be our jump rope. So we can just lift and lower the heels. We can lift and lower the feet, or we can do an alternate tap out with our jump rope arms and just tapping one heel out in front of us, or maybe you want to do a little hop for that one too. So again, however you want to jump rope today. It's easier because we don't have the jump rope actually. Next one is going to be, we want to do our triceps. So 2 variations here. We can either hinge forward and we can do a kickback just one side. So right arm's going to go first. So we can be kicking back the whole time, or we can do an overhead one arm tricep. So either of those two are targeting the same muscles. If you're not real crazy about having that arm over your head, then do a kickback and then we'll do the second side. Next what we're going to do, we're going to need our chair. We're going to do a step back lunge. So right leg is going to step back. So that's going to be our inside leg. So we're going to, can't really see my whole body. Okay, so here we go. We're going to step back and step forward. So we're doing the same side for the first 45 seconds, and then we'll switch and do the other side the second. The last one we're going to do is a side reach with the weight. So holding the weight, we're just going to tip to the side and back up, reach and pull up, reach and pull. If you would prefer without a weight, you can also do your tip this way or your side crunch this way. So a couple variations depending on whether you want to use the weight or not. So those are the last 4 exercises, 2 rounds. And we're going to start in 10 seconds with our jump rope. So remember, you can start off with 1 variation, change it up. We've got 3, 2, 1, jump rope. So make sure those wrists are moving. We get a little wrist work, forearm work in here. And remember, we can do a tap out, or we can just lift the heels and do a nice slow jump rope. As long as we're moving, keep your upper arms close and keep going for 45 seconds, whichever variation of jump rope works for you today. And you can switch it up when you get a little too short of breath. We got that heart rate up. And when it goes down, we can go back. Again, make it your own, whatever feels good for you. And we're done. Next one, 1 arm. I'm going to do an overhead tricep extension, but feel free to do that kickback where the arm bends and extends. Let's hold the edge if we're doing overhead press. Support. And we're just going to go down and up. Right arm is doing the work this first time around. And again, full movements at your pace. If you feel like switching halfway through and doing some kickbacks, feel free. Just stick with the same arm. Don't forget to breathe. And we are done with that one. Next, we've got our step back lunge. So right side is going to stay close to the chair. Right hand's going to stay on the chair to start. Right foot's going to step back into our lunge. Here we go. So we're going to step back, step forward, back and forward. 1 arm can reach out, or if we feel stable enough, 2 arms. You can also let your arms come all the way overhead when you step back into the lunge. But again, adjust for you. You decide how far you want to step back, how low you want to go into the lunge, but our spine stays long, our gaze stays straight ahead. And that's the wind, if you guys are hearing that. All right, we are done. Take a little breather. We've got our side reach with our weight or our side crunch on the right. Tall posture. And here we go. Reaching up. We can be doing this with no weights. We can be doing it with 1 weight or maybe even 2 weights to challenge. All the way straight back up. Exhale, inhale, center. Kind of use that left arm like a little pulley to pull yourself back up. if you got that weight on the right side. And remember, any kind of side crunch, just sticking with the right works, so personalize it for you. Give you a couple options in the explanation, so feel free to do one of those options. And we are done. Weight down. We got 15 seconds, and we're going to go back to the jump rope. Any variation. Let's get our jump rope arms ready. Relax your shoulders. Take a nice centering breath. And here we go. 45 seconds of jump rope. Any variation. Remember, it's not a high jump, but we can get both feet off the ground at once. We're working a lot of muscles, a lot of coordination. Our brains have to be working perfectly with our body. And don't forget to breathe. We're breathing. Slowing it down if you need a little break. And we are done. Shake that out. Take a breath. We've got our one-armed tricep, either kickback or tricep extension. The weight is tipping down here. We're holding onto our elbow, and here we go. Bending and straightening. Straight up, straight down. Like you're sliding it along your spine. Although it's not actually touching your spine, but kind of in that alignment. Keep breathing, good posture. Again, you can do this one seated. So we're fatiguing one muscle group by doing just one side. And here we go. We are done with that one. We've got our lunge, step back lunge. Left side, left hand is by the chair, left leg is going to step back. Keep one hand on the chair to start, at least. And here we go. We're going to step back, step forward. One arm out, two arms out, two arms overhead. So again, whatever variation, feel free to keep one hand on the chair the whole time. Maybe the other hand just stays at our hip. We're working our lower body for the most part. Sometimes bringing those arms out front is kind of a counterbalance. And we challenge our center of stability when we lift our arms all the way up. Keep that gaze straight forward. Keep the upper body upright. Keep going. We're almost done. We got 5 seconds, just a few more lunges. And we are done. Shake that out. We have one more exercise. And that is going to be our side reach or crunch to the left. Good posture, shoulders over hips. Take a nice centering breath, and here we go. Last 45 seconds of work. Remember, we exhale to crunch, inhale to straighten. And then use that right arm to kind of pull yourself back up. So that right arm is active as well, kind of reaching towards the floor to bring our body back up into its upright position. And we are done. Shake that out, roll the shoulders, walk around a little bit. We can put our weights away. And as we get ready to do our cool down stretches, you can decide whether you'd like to do them standing or seated. And I'm going to do mine standing today. Just so that for those of you that would like to know how to do those cool down stretches standing. But we always have the chair close by. So maybe standing behind the chair We're going to bring that right arm up and over and just do a nice lateral stretch. Take a few relaxing breaths. Good, and lowering that arm down. Let's do the other side, same thing. Relax the shoulders. Nice, smooth, even breathing pattern. Inhaling and exhaling out through the nose. Good, and let's bring that arm down. We're going to interlace our fingers. Remember which index finger is on top. We're going to press our arms forward, pull our belly in, tuck our chin, little bend in the knee as we tuck our tailbone under. And then we're going to inhale, arms all the way up overhead, all the way out. Circle forward, circle back, and release our arms down. We're going to interlace the other way as we press our palms forward. So we pull our belly in, tuck our chin, open up the back. Take 2 breaths into the back ribs here. And then we're going to start to extend arms overhead. Whenever you need to release those hands, we're going to come all the way out to the side, reach out through the fingertips. Relax the top of the shoulders, and then we're going to reach our arms all the way back. Palms are going to stay facing each other, or fingers are going to interlace as we gently pull the shoulder blades together, lift our gaze. Take 3 breaths here, breathing into the front of the ribs. Good, and slowly let's release our arms. Let's do some wrist circles. One direction and then the other direction. Good. Coming to our chair for stability. We're going to do a twist. So let's have the right side closest to the chair. That right hand's going to stay on the chair. We're going to float that right foot. So if we're seated, we can keep our foot flat, or we can lift that heel as well. Take an inhale, exhale. That knee stays center. We're going to twist to the right. Holding on to the chair. Maybe we can bring our hands to our heart. Maybe we can extend that right arm back. Maybe we can lift that right leg up. So a lot of variations here. One more inhale, exhale. Come out of the twist. Come out of your balance. Shake that out. And then we're going to do the same on the other side. So left side is closer to the chair. Right leg is standing. We're going to lift the heel or lift the foot. Knee stays forward. Take a nice inhale. Get that length in the spine, twisting to the left. We can bring our hand to our hip and our thigh, whether that toe is down or up. We can extend that left arm back. Keep that left knee facing forward. Take 2 more breaths in our twist. Good, and holding on, we're going to come out of the twist, come out of our balance, give everything a nice little shake. Moving to our hamstrings. Actually, let's do our quad stretch first. So a couple different ways we can do this. We can bring our knee to our chair and stay nice and tall, maybe flex that foot, or we can lift our leg, grabbing onto our ankle or maybe the back of our pants, and do our stretch this way. So if we're seated, we're doing the same thing. We're just sitting sideways on the chair, right leg to the outside. Release that, and we'll do the same thing with the left. So if we're seated, that left leg is going to go back. We can bring that knee to the chair. We can grab on the back of our pant leg. We can grab onto our ankle. Keep that spine long, whichever variation we've chosen, and we're breathing. And we're using the chair for stability, so we're not challenging our balance right now. Good, and release that leg down. Let's go back to the right leg. We're going to do our hamstring stretch. So we're going to step our right foot forward. If we're standing, if we're sitting, right foot goes forward, heel down, toe up. If we're standing, we're going to have to do that hinge back. The more you flex that foot, maybe even grabbing our calf or our toes, the more we're going to lengthen through the back of the leg. Good, and as we come up, we're going to take this right ankle, rest it on the left thigh, and sit back down for our hip stretch. Good, and slowly let's come out. Let's do the other side. So we're going to step our left foot out. As we bring the toe up, flex that foot, hinging back. Remember, a hand on the chair, both hands on the thighs. Slide both hands down to get the stretch that you feel comfortable with. And then slowly, kind of coming out of that hinge, we're going to bring the ankle to the thigh. Sit back down. So again, we can bring it across the ankle, across the shin, across the thigh. And we can do this one seated as well.